Yeah, hello everyone. Well, welcome to the third video in the series on strings. Initially, I promised to give us 3 videos, but I realized that we'll need 4 to have a more holistic understanding of strings. So in today's video, we will be talking about some additional methods of the string object that we need to be familiar with. So by the time the video is over, you will be able to check for the appearance of a particular character within your string. You need to know where is the first position where it is found. We'll also be able to know if a particular character exists within that string. It's going to tell us the exact spot where it is. We'll be able in the position to see if our string starts with or ends with some characters or a specific set of characters. Then we'll be able to do a substring and let's scan our text or string and replace certain element with some other element. So let's look through the examples that I have prepared here to gain better understanding of this concept. Let's declare a variable called sport. It will be a string variable and I am keeping football in there. Lots of Africans are passionate about football. Same thing beyond Africa here. So football is what you will see in sport. We've kept that value in that variable sport. Now, if you need to see if letter O exists within sport, it's possible for you to do that. Just come in and say result is going to be equal to sport dot index of what. So this is the syntax. Which string are you interested in? I said string O, comma. Then it's saying where is the start position? The first character is always numbered 0, not 1, as we might be inclined to think. Then I say comma. Then it's asking me to which part of football do you want to scan? And I'll say, okay, go all the way. And going all the way means put the length of that variable here. And then we can go ahead and print our results and take a look at what we will have. Let me clear the screen here and then run that code. This is string 3, run the file. It tells us it can find it at position 1. Be careful when you are interpreting this one. This is not the first position, rather it's the second position because it starts counting from 0. So F is at 0, this is at 1, the second letter O is at 2, T is at 3, and it goes all the way to the end of that word. So it's right, it was able to find letter O. The earliest discovery of it is at the second position, which you see here as 1. As Python programmer, you should be mindful of this so that you don't say 1 means F. If that's your interpretation, then it will be wrong. Now, you get 1 here. How about a situation where I try to check what's not there? For instance, let me put small f. Small f is different from the capital F. Let's run this and it tells me, I can't find that substring. So this is the kind of result you will get. At a later stage in our training, we will learn how to handle value errors of this nature so that it doesn't come back with this sort of a message. So that's the way you can check the first appearance of a character or a character set within a string. We can extend it a little bit and say, how about if I put ball? I am not searching for B now, I'm searching for ball. If I run that, it will tell me ball starts from position 5, even though you see 4. Always remember to add 1 to it. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, and then ball starts from where B is, and that's why it tells you 4. But in your mind, you should know that is the 5th spot. Now, if we continue to use the same variable spot for the rest of the demonstration, we want to be able to see something more intuitive now, rather than the program breaking when we got to searching what is not there. Find method gives us something more interesting. So I'll copy the whole of the code here. I'll dump it in here and make a slight modification. Instead of saying index, I'll say find. And then find tells me when you mouse over it, it tells you what it is supposed to do. It's supposed to give me the same result as my index, except that when it doesn't find it, instead of displaying some gibberish messages in the output box there, it's going to give me -1 as the output. So the syntax is give me the substring that you are looking for, the beginning where I start searching from, the end, and then I'll give you the result. So when we look through this using our find, ball is there obviously. When you let me clear the output so we see this clearly. When you run this, it says 4-4. Yeah, but how about when I say F, which we know is not part of the content here? If I run this, it tells me -1 rather than yelling and saying, oh, this is not part of the substring. It gives us -1. So when you use find method and you get a -1, then it means the character you are scanning for is not a part of the variable that you have in mind. This is amazing, and it's an improvement on the use of index. How about when we go into starts with or ends with? If I come in here and I say foot, instead of running index, I'll say sport.starts with. And the syntax is give me the string, give me the beginning, give me the end. That's what you see in there. Give me the beginning, the string that you are searching, the beginning and the end, and then I can go ahead and say, tell me where this is. It tells me that is true. This word, this variable sport, actually starts with foot, and that's why the result is true. If you come in here and make a slight modification, make a copy of this, paste it here, and then change this to small f, the result will no longer be true, in my opinion, because the f has changed and now you have false output. You need to be mindful of that when you are checking with starts with or ends with. We can do the same thing with if our character ends with something else. So I'll say select this, replace with ends with, and then I'll go in there and put ball, not boot. This is ball. Start from the beginning, scan all the way. Does this variable content, which in this case is football, does it end with ball? If I run this, I expect a true result, which is what it has displayed to me. But if you get carried away and you say ball is ball, and you switch this character to capital B, then your output is going to be different because it does not end with that ball. And that's why the result in this case is false. So it is case sensitive. You need to be mindful of that. Now, how about if I want to replace certain aspect of football with something else? I can maneuver that by saying, bring this variable back. Football is football. I'll say replace, and then I'll delete all of this. When I open this bracket, it gives me the syntax. So it's asking me, which is the old character that you are trying to replace? Let's say we want to replace O, and then we put comma there. And it's saying, okay, now we know what you want to search for and replace, but what are you replacing it with? That's the new character that goes in. And I'll go in and say, then let me put you there. Maybe Portuguese will be, attracted to this. In this part of the world, we wouldn't, but for academic purpose, we may be interested in that. And then it tells me, okay, how many replacements do you want me to do? If I don't put anything here, and I just leave it this way, it's going to replace all occurrences of letter O with letter U. We can demonstrate that and see the result. So you will see football. It's still football. Maybe the pronunciation is a little bit different. However, if you switch that slightly and you come in here to say, I want O to be replaced with U, but not everything. I just want one occurrence to be replaced. So you will get a result that looks like this. It's the first instance of letter O that is found that will be replaced with, letter U in this case. And the output appears very interesting. I don't know what language, people will spell football this way in, but this is purely an academic exercise. It shows you how you can search a particular string for some characters and replace them with some other characters. Mind you, it's not only one word that you, or one letter that you can replace. I can equally go in and change some other things. For instance, I can say wherever you find all, okay, these letters, these three letters, I need you to replace it with football. Maybe we'll say this. That's what I want to replace it with. And then I should be able to see my result when it comes out. Good. So it scans football. It gets to where ALL is, and it replaces it with everything that I have typed in here. Football. That is the output. So this is another, set of tricks that we often have up our sleeves when we are handling strings, and I hope you find them very useful. So as a quick recap, in this class, we've been able to see how you can search within a variable for the existence of some individual characters or a set of characters using the .index method or the .find method. And we said if you don't find what you're searching for, .index method will most likely give you a scary message saying the substring cannot be found, and that's not so pleasant. But when it finds it, it gives you the exact position. But in the case of .find, if it doesn't find what you're looking for, it gives you a -1 as your result. And when it finds it, whether it's a single character or a set of characters, it gives you the specific position when it first encountered it. And then we talked about how you can search if your variable content starts or ends with certain character or character set. And then we played around, replacing content of your variable element with a single character or a set of characters, depending on whether they are found or not. So the assumption is that they are found, and that's why the replacement is being done. If they are not found, no replacement is going to be done, and maybe we should quickly just drop that in here as a demonstration. We assume O is there. What if we are looking for C and we need to replace it with U? What is Python going to do in this situation, because there is no C in our message? So it ignores it because C is not there, so it's not doing any replacement, and that's why it brought the original football back to us. I consider this as important skill set that you need to practice and master, and it will help you towards becoming a much better programmer. Thanks a lot for being part of this lecture series. I look forward to seeing you in an extra video to be recorded on string, which is going to be quite exciting. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.